Hello everyone, my name is FlareBlitzed and welcome back to Ms.Director. What are we going to discover today? A tabloid magazine. It looks like an olden issue. Infamous jewel thief still at large. Possibly an inside job. Who even reads this garbage? People who like gossip and drama and cheap old news and information. A dusty old record player. Looks like it hasn't been used in years. Just like gossip about celebrities. Did you know that this celebrity chose a lasagna over a bowl of spaghetti? Da da da! Like clockwork, that girl is late every single day. 2 whole hours late to practice piano. Half an hour late to study. The page is half torn out of the notebook. Take the page? Okay, we'll take the rest of the notebook is blank. Thank you. I'm glad we got the half page. I see. Something else is written there, but we need to get the rest of the info out of there in order to discover what it is. There's footprints going to the fireplace, so it's just an empty fireplace. Now, there's definitely something going under it. That's just wonderful. Patricia unlocks the door. And, oh, we're back over this way. Lovely! It's always nice to know where you're going to. And in this case, going back to the entrance of where we started in the game. Okay, didn't think that one would work. Excellent. So add 2 hours to 2:34, and that's the time in which the personnel arrived in this room. Some sort of planner, all marked up with the different auditions she arranged. Not sure whether I'm unsettled or reassured by how many other actresses seem to be willing to work with her. Well, if news got out, then nobody would. Sheet music and song lyrics, it looks like. And a bit sheet, the other half of the paper from earlier. And always precisely 45 minutes late to her ballroom dancing lessons. I have a tutor give up a list on punctuality, but she simply turned up late to those as well. How late, though? Pretty old piano. Only if I knew how to play. All of the quick progress you're making is music to my ears. Get it? Yep, music. Yeah, of course, we hear music. You know what? Never mind. Would you like... Yes, please, spirit. For goodness sake, stop with the horrible puns and let's move on with our day. So we haven't found a time for the office. So let's see. Let's look at this. Okay, 2 whole hours later, piano practice. Half an hour later, study. So... half an hour later study from 2:34 is 3:04. Maybe that is the office? Like 3:04. Ah, there we go. Okay, that worked. Okie dokie then. A business ledger it looks like. The fire hazard. Just an old typewriter. Looks like it was running low on ink, so they couldn't finish it off. A lockbox. Just need to find a key for it. Absolutely fantastic. What better way is there to go about these puzzles than to find a locked puzzle, and in order to do that, we need to find a key to unlock said locked puzzle. Now I need to go to the ballroom, which is on the other side of the building. That will be 319. There we go, worked like a charm. And who is along here? Oh, a ghost is along here. Maybe we need to dance with him. Hello? Is someone there? Yes, a real living human being is here. To see what is going on. Blocks on the other side, should have figured. Looks like I need to go to the other side in order to unblock it. Well, there's no record in the record player. Hello? Oh, hello there. Can you help me? What is wrong, dear ghost? I've been so lonely here. Maybe if I could just dance with someone one last time, I'd be able to move on from this place. I'll dance with you. You will? Thank you so much. I really appreciate your offer, but there's no music for us to dance to, so there's not even a record left in the player. I'd find one if I could, but I can't seem to leave this place. Understandable. I'll see what I can do. Do you have a taste in... can I ask you a few things? Sure, what is it? Who are you? My name's Donna Van Tassel. I'm a dancer. Can't say I recognize the name. Have you been in film before? Not really. If I'm honest, just a few background extra roles, that's it. At least until recently. I came here to audition for my first starring role. I was going to play a showgirl who led a secret double life. Star for show, huh? Yeah, she said I looked even prettier than in my headshots, so she wanted to give me a more prominent part. I ended up arriving late though, and the director was really mad. But she still let me audition. Then, something happened while I was dancing. I think I stepped wrong and fell or something. I don't know, it all happened so fast. I've been stuck in this dusty ballroom for about a month now. At least I think. Days start to blur together after a while. Let's see. How did you die? I remember as I was dancing, and then out of nowhere I started feeling lightheaded. And then, I can't quite recall what else. I just remember feeling dizzy mid-audition, and a weird pain in my chest before I collapsed. I don't want to say weird part there. It might have been my own fault. I was so worried about arriving late. The only thing I had to drink was a glass of water the director gave me. That's what did it. That's what caused the dizziness. Maybe I fainted and landed wrong? I don't even remember hitting the ground. Then I woke up on the ballroom floor, and it was so cold. I was all alone in here, and hard as I tried, I couldn't manage to leave. So here I still am. Did you see anything strange? I thought I saw something in the shadows backstage while I was getting ready, but that was probably just a trick of the light. Let's go through the other option then. Alright then. Okay, did you know Miss Barton? Anne Barton? About this tall, has dark hair, pretty eyes and a sultry voice, fitted suit jacket she wears all the time. Yeah, her. I presume you two are acquainted. Of course we're acquainted. That's my girlfriend. Wait, how did you know her? Met her earlier tonight. She mentioned you were the reason she even came here. She tracked down the director and set up an audition with her just to try and find you after you went missing. Really? Is she here now? Can you take me to her? About that. She's already passed on to the next life. Ms.Director got to her before she found anything out, I'm afraid. I'm sorry I didn't get to see her. Oh, I see then. Well, at least we can be together once I cross over too, right? Right. Indeed. I didn't mean to say that. I didn't mean to press it again. I was wanting to go down, but I don't think it has that. Okay, it does. Okay then. I am done I don't have anything to offer you. Well, here's the kitchen anyways. Well, if I ever feel like making one of the ghosts here some tea, then I just know the place. Why is there a lock on the fridge? Maybe somebody has got a bad habit of eating out of the fridge at night. I'm not really hungry. Tea on the table. A couple of dirty teacups. That is bad. You should always wash up after you consume something. Honestly, it's just hygiene and all that jazz. And it saves you the trouble later on. It's like cooking. You always want to wash something or put something in the dishwasher. Sorry, let me take that back a little bit. You always want to wash something up as soon as you can, because it's easier to wash something up while it's still particularly freshly cooked rather than letting it to dry. A bunch of wine glasses and a banquet table. I don't take the director for a party throwing type. Nope, this is all just for display. It's all a facade for you to, you know, make it look non-suspicious. Tape record, okay. Patricia carefully takes the vinyl out of the record player. Don't know what kind of music this is, but this took much longer than it should have to collect, considering that we started here in the beginning of this episode. But at last we have a record. I just spent like a long time going about the entire house in order to try and find something. Patricia places the vinyl into the record player and puts the needle in place. Some music starts to play. We have music. Would you like to dance? Really? Do you know how? Yes. Great. Why don't you show me? How do I... Here, let me show you. Okay, thank you. Like this. And there. And over here. And over there. Just a bunch of bunch of movements over here and there. Dance and a swing. Am I meant to remember all of this? Because that is really bad puzzle design if that is going to be the case. Like that kind of stuff, no thank you. How on earth do we do that? Like, we can't rotate in a still position, I'm not gonna lie. Hey, thank goodness of it. I had to memorize it down like a grid system, so you wait until she stops and then put like a reference point down and then go from there. Simply marvellous! You're such a lovely dancer! You really think so? Of course! I would be honoured to have my last chance with you. Last chance, you say? Donna gently took Patricia's hand and took her to the middle of the ballroom floor. She hadn't expected Donna to take the lead as they danced, but she didn't particularly mind either. And Donna twirled her around the dance floor, easily keeping time with the upbeat music. Patty couldn't keep a smile from spreading across her face, and neither could her incorporeal dance partner. Ah. Patricia had to admit, despite the current circumstances, she was having fun dancing with a pretty ghost. It wasn't long before the song and their dance drew to a close. Ah. It was a lovely dance. It was so much fun. But I have to go now. Here, it's not much, but you'll probably get more use out of it than me. A half-full box of matches. Thank you for dancing with me. I can never thank you enough. Goodbye now. Ah, and there she goes. Oh no, our newfound friend is gone. Just like the other ghosts. Saved up, let's see what's behind here. A dressing room of sorts. Just a dusty old theatre costume. And this from some kind of princess dress, a few sizes too small for anyone with organs. So they predicted today's kind of meta. Some sort of medieval butcher costume, but fake blood looks uncomfortably convincing. That's what it's meant to be. There appear to be play scripts with lots of scribbling in the margins. Some of the papers look torn. A container of props, swords and umbrellas. They look cheap and easy breakable. Yep, they're props after all. I guess someone didn't like what they saw. Yes, they didn't like themselves. So therefore they broke it to break their own reflection. Like, what's the point of this room if we can't even discover anything? I need something to cross the gap with. Okay, we need a board of sorts. This could do it over here. This might come in handy. Yep, picks up a wooden board out of a pile. Hell yeah, now we go back to cross the gap. Put the board down here, and we've got ourselves a room 3 key. It looks rather red to me rather than silver, but I don't know. I hope whatever's in this damn room is worth all the trouble she put me through. Well, there's I guess I have to use the other door. Well, that's the only... I was able to see what that bit of rope is. That was not worth the trouble. Right, that's done. Now let's just get out of here and not be swallowed up by the imp or whatever it is. Great. It's faster than me. Like, I was miraculously lucky to escape that because, for goodness sakes, that thing was much faster than me. So, room... Okay, that's upstairs, room 3. It's one of these rooms on to the right. Okay, that's not that one. It's one of these ones up here. Not the bathroom. My bad. Let's see, room 4. So this is room 3. There we go, the door unlocked. Hopefully this was worth it. Of course her room has another ghost in it. I should have expected it by now. Come on, come on. Pick up a damn phone already. I know you can hear me. What, you don't even want to talk to me anymore now I'm dead too? And she's having a connection into the phone. Great. Ahem. Just who the hell are you? Oh, sheesh. I mean, you need to be moving along, dame. The name is Detective Ida Bainbridge, and this here is a crime scene. And having some civilian messing with the evidence makes it awful hard to solve a murder, you see? So it'd be best you be on your way. Right, so I'm guessing from the city get-up you're playing detective? Damn straight. And I ain't playing, I'm a bona fide private eye. Really now? Is that why you talk like some kid that reads too many dime story crime novels? Nobody actually talks like that. It's just something silly they do in movies. Well, son of a blank. I thought my act was pretty convincing. Doesn't matter either way. I came here to play detective and end up uncovering actual murder. And I'm going to find out who did it, ghost or not. Let me guess. The woman was killed. That was killed in the screening room. Anna Barton? That's the death you're investigating? Yeah, how did you know? Talked to her earlier. Well, her spirit anyway. She was interesting to say the least. I used her key to get in here, so it's safe to assume you're looking into how Anne died. Oh, is that so, huh? You got any leads on the perpetrator then? Some sort of shadowy monster thing? I didn't get a good look at it. It looked unnatural. Whatever it wasn't human. It didn't happen to be real short, yeah? Close to the ground and skittery? Don't think so. Ah, that's the one we were chased by earlier. But I think I know what you're talking about. Have you seen it? Yeah! I knew you killed it before it scampered away into the ballroom. Yep, that's what I thought. Then I came here to further investigate Miss Barton's mysterious demise. Door locked behind me. Lights went out. And next thing I knew, sharp cold steel in my back. Ms.Director must have known I was close to cracking the case, so she had me snuffed out. That's the first I've heard of her doing her own dirty work. Far as I knew, she just left it to those creatures. Yeah, as if. I was way too tough for those bozos. They barely put a scratch on me. You seem to be in a pretty good mood for someone who's dead. Come on, doll. Just 'cause I'm dead doesn't mean I've gotta be all doom and gloom. Won't do me any good anyhow. You know, she's got a point. Well, if you're so pleased as punched about getting backstabbed, why haven't you gone into the light already? Just 'cause I'm in high spirits, no pun intended, doesn't mean I'm ready to head into the light just yet. I'm gonna stick around till I get my revenge. Or at least I know the crazy broad's gonna get locked up for good. But what can I do? I'm just a ghost. I'm stuck in this damn mansion till I'm put to rest properly. Unless I were to have a partner to help with this case. Then maybe I could rest easy after we either put the bird in a jailhouse or a coffin. I'll think about it. Take your time, doll. This ain't the kind of choice you take lightly. Though you might not want to take too long, might end up like me. Thanks for all that jazz. Looks like she was trying to rewrite parts of a script. She's not half bad. Another script must have been Anne's. Not even the first page, and it looks awful. How does the writer manage to make scripts this bad? Find something of value, my ass. Nothing but old clothes in here. Let's see what's out the window. Can't see a thing. Is the fog really that thick? Actually, it's just drywall. The window's fake. False hope it would seem. Just a dusty bookshelf. And you should take her with you. She can probably help you get into places you couldn't before and spot things you didn't notice. Do I have much of a choice? Not particularly. Unless you can pick a lock, or phase through walls, or have access to a sledgehammer. I was afraid you'd say that. Yes, please. I have a few questions. How did you know about the murder, exactly? From what I can tell, the director is pretty good at not leaving tracks. How did you know about the murder of Miss Barton? That one's easy. You see, I arrived a couple hours early to my audition. Ms.Director seemed a little hesitant to let me in, but I brushed it off as her being nervous. She was showing me around, and when we were going by the screen room, she told me it was undergoing maintenance, and we shouldn't go in. However, I, being my investigative self, couldn't resist taking a little peek through the door. The screening room was a damn mess. Blood and black ooze all over the carpet, along with whatever was left of Miss Barton. The director pretended to freak out and not know what happened, but her acting is as bad as her writing. She hurried off to supposedly go call the cops. After that, she sickled one of the creatures on me and to get rid of the only witness. And I already told you all the rest. Anything else? Have you met the others? Can't say I have. Haven't had the time to go around introducing myself to the local spectres, you know. Only other ghost I've seen round hasn't been exactly the talkative type. Tall, wears an old sun hat, likes to disappear a lot, phased clean through the walls and floated through to the other without so much as a how do you do. Some people these days, I swear. Anything else? What do you mean RV? So are there other monsters? I was reading as RV monsters real? My guess is as good as yours, doll. But knowing the lady behind the screens, I want to put it past her to have some spare monsters lying around. Anything else? That is all. So, I'll help. Fantastic! Though there's one problem I see in our plan. What you talking about? You can't leave this room. The ghosts who die here are attached to the place they died. Jeez, doll. You really think you're an expert on ghosts now you've talked to a couple, huh? Maybe I do. Am I wrong? Only partially. Sure, I can't leave as long as my restless spirit is attached to this room. That much you got right. However, spirits can attach themselves to people or objects they find interesting too. You're not implying you should possess me in order to leave, are you? No, that ain't right at all. I ain't the kind of baldy guys to go around possessing pretty dimes without taking them out to dinner first. I was more thinking of getting attached to something you got with you. If I were to latch onto something that you've got on your person, then I'd be able to go just about anywhere as long as you're not too far. Latch onto something like maybe you're rather lovely. No! Earrings or something. I don't know. Well, if you want me to come along with you, then you gotta have to let me get attached to somehow. I mean, I could always just haunt you yourself, but I'm not quite sure how that works. I mean, I know ghosts can do that, but I don't know if it's more permanent than haunting some jewelry or a nightstand, you know. Fine. You can haunt my earrings or whatever you think you need to do to follow me around. I don't have all night to sit here and discuss the limitation of being a semi-corporal entity. Right, let's get a move on then. We're wasting moonlight. Ida Bridge is now haunting you. What did you say your name was again? Patricia. Patricia Daly. Alright. Detective Bridge and Daly on the case. So what do we do now? Snoop around for clues, of course, as any good detective duo would. We need to search this place top to bottom. Thanks for that. Good luck with your new ghostly gumshoe. You've got a lot of ground to cover. Would you like me to save your progress? Absolutely. Oh, I see how it is. Phone girl's too good to talk to ghosts. Jerk. Nice pun right there. Whining. We've got investigating to do. And if you cut it out with a pun. No promises. Lovely. I wish somebody write me a love letter. Look, I'm not writing you a love letter, okay? A bunch of handwritten papers. Looks like they're love letters. So many of them all crossed off, though. Jeez, buddy, ever heard of an eraser? Exactly. Saves paper and all that jazz. Ida phased her hand through the locked door, fiddling with the handle from the other side, and voila! And we're back in the room in which we originated from. This room's different now. Oh, I thought I was the only one. Not to be rude, but what the hell is a girl like you doing here? I could ask you the same thing. I asked first, and seeing as you're still breathing, you're the one who's someplace she shouldn't be. Fair point. I'm just trying to find my way out of here. What about you? Yeah, good luck with that. I'm just trying to keep from going steer crazy being cooped up here like this. At least the director has good taste in amenities. Thanks. Another piano. Must have been hard getting it to the second floor. Do you play, Ida? Just a little. Guess I could give it a go. We don't know what to play, though. And you can still touch the piano keys with those ghostly hands. I thought you would phase through them just a little. Maybe I was being a little modest. Alright, enough messing around. Back to snooping. Yeah, back to snooping, alright. Everything set for a game of pool. Indeed. I've never been much for billiards. Every time I try to hit the ball, it never goes the way I want it to. Feels kind of like my life. Let me update your file. Yeah, I feel the same way at times. Just a bunch of pool cues hung up on the wall. I feel like that kind of thing, sort of. It's like the cue that I am is very blunt, also misshapen. But for other content creators, it seems very, very pristine. And it goes exactly the way that they want them to. Poe and Sapo. She has some good tastes. You say that. Chess! A fancy chessboard looks brand new. Think we're time for a game? No thanks, I'm good. I'm more of a checkers girl myself. Really? Care for a game? Sorry, I don't play billiards. I was wondering if I could ask you a few things. I guess. I haven't seen another soul around here, so I guess I could use a conversation. Who are you? Daisy Thornton. I work in business. You? Patricia Daly. Charmed, truly. Now, you sure you're not up for a game? Could have a little wager, if that'll make the offer more attractive. Really, it's fine. Your loss. Oh, I didn't mean to click that. I didn't think that was the end of the conversation. How did you get here? You really want to know why I came here? No, I just felt like I asked you to waste both our time. No need to get short. I was just making sure. I work in a family business. I make offers to people on behalf of my organization, sort out contracts, that sort of thing. I was discussing a budget with Josephine for her next film, and I thought everything had been going fine. Interesting. Who do you work for exactly? The mob. I thought they sent me to cut a deal with Josephine, but I guess they had other plans sorted out. Can we change the subject? Oh, sure, I get it. Don't need me saying too much and making you a target. I won't tell you what family I'm with for your own safety, but I will let you in on one little secret. And what's that? The deal was gonna be that she bump off a few choice players for us and get to keep the snuff reels. We'd pay the cost of getting her what she needed. We'd split the blood money. At least that's what the plan was before she went and took me out instead. Real shame too. I thought we'd really be getting along before then. How unfortunate. You're telling me. So you're part of a mob then. How did you die? Aren't you supposed to avoid these sort of questions when talking with dead people? Only if they get angry about it. Fair, I guess. I was out in the courtyard taking a tour around the mansion before we got down to business. We'd be talking here and there, and I may have let a few inappropriate comments slip, but she didn't really seem to care. So I'm standing there adoring the fountain, when out of nowhere, her and a couple of her goons came up behind me and dunked my head into the water. I'm pretty good at playing dead, so I thought perhaps if I just held my breath long enough and waited it out, I could escape. And you can see for yourself how well that worked out. Still don't see why they once went to the trouble of setting me up like this. Why not just give me cement shoes and a long walk off a short pier? Or just shoot me for God's sake. Men can be so overly complicated at times, I swear. And women are not! I'm sorry, but men and women are complicated. I just hate it when it's all one-sided, honestly. Both genders can be complicated. Anyway, was there anything else you needed? Never mind. Suit yourself. I couldn't help but mention you didn't really say any reason you're stuck here. Eh? You want to move on, don't you? Got into the light and all that. What's keeping you here? Oh, that's easy. I like it here. No point in crossing over for me. Plus, since you went and got the door for me, I'm not stuck in this room anymore, so I can just go about anywhere. Thanks for that, by the way. What? I'll admit it can be a bit of a drag, but the trade-off does have some perks. Don't have to eat, having a physical form is optional, and I haven't needed a cigarette since I died. And once I get out of this place, I'm going to wreak havoc on my ex-boyfriend. No doubt that Blank is the one who planned all of this. He never did get over when I left him for his boss. I told him it was just business, but you know how mobsters can be. But once I get back into the city, they will know we'll hear them. Oh, okay. Lovely chatting with you. I'll be on my way. I should get moving too, since you won't play with me. I'm afraid there's nothing left here for me. Be seen you around, Patricia. Did you realize that you can't even leave the room that you died in? But then again, you died in the fountain, so how did she end up here? That is one of the bigger anomalies of this place. How did she end up in the billiards room if she died in the fountain? Maybe the fountain is our next place to visit. But again, there's this Urky thing. Some sort of weird black ooze. Yeah, I'm not opening that up. Something tells me we don't want to see what's on the other side exactly. My gosh, is she gonna really... And room 4 has been unlocked. The radio's tuned to static. Tune the radio! No idea what to tune it to, though. Another vanity. I just want to fix my makeup real quick. If she is getting all of this on film, I hate to look like a wreck in most of it. Come on now, Patty. I know you want to kiss your reflection, but we've got to get a move on. Zip it, Sherlock. Positively adorable. I don't know, doll. Don't you think their eyes are kind of creepy? Look like they're always watching. Oh, get over it. Let's see what's in here. Someone's diary. It seems there's only a few entries, with most of the other pages being torn out or blank. Read diary. February 19th. It could be one of these. Let's see. Dear diary. I'm starting to think I should have taken my parents' offer to send me to boarding school instead of going to live with my uncle. He's no fun at all, and he tried to homeschool me for a week before he gave up. Now I'm not allowed downstairs unsupervised, and he locks me in my room whenever he's away. Yeah, he should have gone to a boarding school. All I have for company is you, diary dearest. When mother and father return from their touring of Europe should be capitalized, by the way, I'll have them buy this old mansion and kick out my worthless uncle. Such a man deserves better than the Chad as the caretaker. They'd actually employ some staff, and run this place properly. March the 3rd. I found a spare library key today, and I hid it somewhere Uncle could never find it. He forbade me from going in there, saying the books from my grandmother's old collection would fill my head with nonsense. Of course he can't stop me while he's away during the days and forgets to lock the door. I found self keys in the previous maid's quarters and hid them about. So even if he finds one key, I won't lose them all. The books in the library are quite interesting. All sorts of tales of the necromantic and of ghostly encounters. Some of the tomes even have detailed instructions on contacting the dead and even resurrection. But I don't really have the supplies to experiment with either just yet. And April 21st. Let's see. I've grown so sick of this place and of my uncle's nonsense. He's more of a jailer than a guardian, and my room is my plush prison. I still don't have all of the keys to the mansion. I still lack the keys to his personal quarters, the basement, or to the kitchen. But I found spirit board in the maid's old room the other day. I've started talking to my late grandmother. She's very kind. She warned me not to go to the basement, saying that there's things down there far too dangerous for a young girl. I started reading books on lockpicking, though I've not had any success yet. At least the spare keys I've found are still good. Uncle is still none the wiser about my escapees while he's away. If I manage to learn to lockpick, perhaps I'll investigate what's happened in the basement. Grandmother's warnings only have made me more curious. Put the diary down. So we've got 0219, 0303, and 0421. What's the frequency? Hello, you seem to be here. Return to the scene of a crime, I see. Oh, fancy meeting you here. And who's that sourpuss you've been dragging around? What are you giving that look for? Come on, Patty. We should just go. We've got more important stuff to do. Well, I'll be. I thought I knew that mug, but that voice just confirmed it. Almost didn't recognize you in that dumb get-up. How you been, Ida? It's been a while, hasn't it? Aw, you're not happy to see me? Don't tell me you're still mad. The silent treatment? Come on, Ida B. You know that doesn't work on me. Don't call me that, you creep. Why don't you just take a hike and leave me alone? You know you miss me, Ida B. Why don't we just go back to how things were before? I'm not coming back to you, and I'm never going to forgive you. Capiche? Playing tough as usual. Really, I wonder how you managed to not get tired of pretending. Doesn't matter anyway. I have better things to do. Oh, nice seeing you again, Patty. My offer of that game still stands. We'll be seeing you, Daisy. Okay, Ida B. Yeah, what a dumb nickname. Anyways, you should really get moving. We still got a murderer to catch. I think we should still try and pursue this gal in order for her to pass to the other side. Because that is the objective here. The projector just suddenly transformed into a candle. What the hell? A projector. Think we've got time to take a movie break? If we can find a reel in this house that wasn't made by the director, then sure. Yeah, it just transforms into a candle. How is that a thing? Yeah, we need to find a film that's not made by this director, because this director's movies are a little bit on the downside. What the hell's happened to this painting? Do paintings of hers normally, bleed? Not really. If it's only happened since after interacting with that Daisy girl and picking up this new detective here. No, thank you. Also, there's shattered plates around here. Yeah, the brush strokes in this one are a lot nicer. You say that. Yeah, there's still a plate intact, but the others are broken. Ah, this one can be opened. There are other doors which are too heavy duty to be able to open up. This one, what you find? A lockpick, I think. A bit of an odd thing to hide in a flower pot. That should come in handy. I wonder if we can lockpick someone's stubbornness. Hey look, Paddy, this one's got your name on it. Huh, would you look at that? Yikes. These writers sure aren't happy with you, Patty Cake. Heartless harlot, gold digger. What'd you do to get on my bad side? I'd rather not talk about it. Oh no, I'd rather not go about it. I don't know why, but I have a bad thing all of a sudden. I'm sure it's nothing. Yeah, I'm sure it's nothing. Just an empty fireplace. Exactly. What do we do with this lockpick aside lockpicking a door? What the? Did the door lock behind us? Maybe it's a one-way door. Here, let me get that for you. And of course, it's going to be heavy duty, isn't it? Oh, thanks. It's a door that always opens something. I recognize that noise. Me too. Come on, if we hide quick enough, maybe it won't find us. Oh, back in here then. And then lock the door. In the fireplace. Hide in the fireplace, yes. We're still looking visible. You don't think it knows we're in here, right? I mean, it didn't see us or nothing. You'll probably walk on by. Ida, do you really think this was a good idea? Of course I do. Our hiding spots are flawless. You say that. As you were saying, it should have just walked on by. No way it could have heard us. Probably only knows we're in here is because you don't know when to shut your mouth. Excuse me? What do we do now? I've got an idea. When it comes in, I'll distract it to bash it over the head with something. Well, there's that. That's one. That was bigger than I thought. And smash the wine bottle over its head. Exactly. And well, that's done and dusted. Nice going. Is it dead? I hope so. With how hard you bashed that sucker. Wham! Right to the back of the skull. I still don't want to hang around for too long, you know. On the off chance it's still alive. Fair enough, let's get going. We've got bigger fish to fry anyhow. Exactly. Let us leave the premises. Alright, back to snooping. Exactly. I don't think I need anything else from that room anyway. Yeah, good point. There's these two locks down here as well. Let's hope this works. Patricia hands over the lockpick to Ida. And say, Ida, how do you know how to pick locks anyways? Isn't exactly something you learn from doing theatre. Hey, I got the door open. Look at that. Don't avoid the question. Don't change the subject. Right. An old beat-up book of fairy tales. Odd. I never would have taken the director for that sort of to read this kind of stuff. Well, it's there, so just don't question it too much. How sweet, a squeaky toy. And behind this curtain is nothing because we can't get it open. Just a bunch of bed linens. And would it be nice if this infirmary had any actual first aid supplies, but alas, seems the director's cleaned this place out to use as a set. Pity. Big pity. This room up here. A little help? Sure thing. And is this a heavy duty one? Nope. Not a heavy duty one, but an Ouija board. How lovely. And somebody here. What a weird little dolly. Looks real. Like hyper realistic. Like if, let's say, Alfred Drevis made it or something like that from Mad Father. Looks like an old notebook. It's full of loose papers and has property of Josine Vidotine written on the cover. It's got smudged ink on several entries and pages falling out, but no denying it's a diary and has some spare necromancy notes. Lovely. Hey, it's my birthday, October the 5th. Right, let's see. I don't think my parents will be coming back for me. It's been months since when they said they'd be back. Maybe they suffered an accident, or maybe they just forgot about me. At least with Uncle, I have slightly more freedom, though only because he's careless and leaves the house unattended more often. Even so, I miss them. I wish I could escape, but where would I go? If my parents don't want me, surely nobody else will take me. And I'd rather die than spend my days at some broken down orphanage. I can't live like this anymore. I have to do something. I could just kill him. I'm sure nobody will miss him. I'm sure people will miss him. I'm sure people would miss you as well. If I've been reading Grandma's notes right, I should be able to resurrect him as a rather useful puppet. He could easily stand in as a fake guardian until I'm of age and can simply inherit the estate. Once he's dead, I'll be completely alone. I can't wait. Undated entry. I haven't heard from Uncle all day. Not that I'm entirely complaining. I've searched the house and he's nowhere to be found, though. His car is still outside, which is rather odd. The only place I haven't checked is the basement, and I've been warned time and time again to stay away by both him and my late grandmother. But I've no other choice but to check there. I know what's been going on in the basement. Uncle hasn't been very honest with me. His soirees weren't for fun and dancing. They were cultist meetings. Cult-ish. I found my uncle, alone, bleeding and clinging to a stone altar to say, upright. I watched from the doorway as he slowly died there. He deserved it. He took everything from me. He let my parents abandon me. I won't mourn him. I came back to record everything before I began my experiment, and to get my resurrection notes. All the books down there are useless. They're all books on stealing away entries and keeping them at bay. One mentions something about the destruction of the undead, completely worthless to me. Alas, diary, our companionship has come to an end. You served me well, but now I need to make some new friends. Notes. A step-by-step guide on raising the dead, it would appear. There's mention on how to keep the dead fresh and usable, and how to patch up such an abomination should the rot take over. This sounds like me sound now. There's also a warning as to the importance of the separation of the spirit and body before one should resurrect a corpse in such a way. Should the soul and body not be properly separated before the ritual, the creation of a semi-corporeal spirit may occur. This spirit would be very difficult to dispel with normal cleansing methods. A soul may still stay with the remnants of the body from an hour up to a full day. It is best to cleanse the remains used beforehand as a precaution. And put the diary down. So we've got another entry, 05110. Well, it could be backwards, so it would have the day first and then the month. But because of the way it's written down, you would speculate that it is month and then day. Americanization, all that jazz. None of the dates work, and their English version doesn't work as well as the Americanization works as well, so we're going to be leaving off things here for today, folks. We made quite a lot of progress today in Ms.Director, and we have a new companion with us who should be able to pass on to the other side when we are able to do so. Why don't you just lay down and die? You have time to die, young and leave pretty corpse. That's enough out of you. Patricia slams the phone back down on the receiver. Yes, okay. That's a bit of a surprise. Thank you so much for watching, and see you all on the next time of Ms.Director. Have a lovely day and and take care of yourselves.